So in this video, I'm going to be doing a speed test between the iPhone 13 Pro Max and then Google Pixel 6 right here. Even though this is a flagship and this is actually the next after the flagship, that is the Google Pixel 6 Pro, and this is just the ordinary 6. So I'm going to be doing some app launching and then even scroll through the phones to see which one is actually very cool to use. And this one is actually a 120 Hz phone, and then there's a 90 Hz phone. So there is going to be some smoothness on this phone one way or the other, but we are going to see which apps on both phones are going to launch first, and then if this is actually going to stand a chance winning the 13 Pro Max in any app launching. So subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and let's check out this video. So because of the camera bump here, I'm actually going to put the phones right here in order for it not to just hit whilst I try tapping, because the 13 Pro Max camera cannot let the phone sit on the surface smoothly, but the Pixel 6 will allow it. But I just want to put it right here so that you guys will be able to see how things are going to go. So first, I'm going to be checking if there are any apps running, and you can see on the Pixel 6 there is no app running, and I'm closing this one right here. And then I'm going to be launching Instagram first on both phones with a count of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and you can see both launched the same time, and that is basically very cool. So I'm going to be launching TikTok on both phones. 1, 2, 3. And you can see the 13 Pro Max was actually in lead with this one right here, just a slight lead. So that is it. And then we are gonna go to the next app, which is Snapchat. So on a count of 3, 1, 2, 3. So both launched at the same time. And then let's go to the Facebook app on a count of 3, 1, 2, 3. So both launched at the same time too. And then we go to the YouTube app. 1, 2, 3. So you can see that the 13 Pro Max actually opened first, but this one loaded first, and you can see there is actually a competition right here. So the 6 actually launched, so you're going to be able to start using the 6 at this time, but the 13 Pro Max actually came in later. I think there's actually maybe a tie or something. So let's go to how maybe we are going to just swipe through the apps too, or how smooth it is when you are actually using the phone, maybe when you have opened another app and let's go back to the applications and see which one of them is actually going to still launch or load again when you open it. After opening it and then leaving it, which of the apps will just open into the same page you actually opened, or you actually relaunch again. So we're going to start with the Instagram on both phones. So 1, 2, 3. And you can see they are still there, none of them reloaded again. And let's go to TikTok. 1, 2, 3. They are still on point. And then we're going to go to Snapchat. 1, 2, 3. That's still the same. And then we are going to go to YouTube. 1, 2, 3. They are still the same. So that is basically very cool. And then we are going to go to Facebook for the final one. 1, 2, 3. So I think both phones are very good with this run right here. Even though this is a 120 Hz phone and then this is a 90 Hz phone, I think they still work the same, and maybe there are some 1 or 2 things which the 13 Pro Max is actually going to have which this one doesn't have, which is probably the camera. It has a macro lens camera right here, but this one doesn't have a macro lens camera, and there are a lot of different things on these phones which make the 13 Pro Max actually a better phone than this one, because this phone is actually being compared with the 6 Pro, and this is the ordinary 6. But aside that, the Pixel 6 right here is a good phone because it's still being able to compete with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and that is basically very cool. So in case maybe you feel like you want to buy any of these phones, and then maybe you want a budget and then you want to get a Pixel 6, I think maybe it's a good buy because it's still being able to compete with the 13 Pro Max, and that is basically very cool. So if this video was very helpful, just like it up and also share with anyone you think is going to be helpful to them, and I'm going to catch you in the next video. Peace.